The combine is underway, and that man, Justin Herbert, is going to be ESPN's highest-rated quarterback to participate during the on-field workouts today. Now, the other day, Herbert said he has not taken a snap from under center. That actually is not entirely true, but he's taken very few, and that has raised some concerns. Comparing the quarterbacks who've been selected in the first round over the last two NFL drafts, Herbert has attempted the fewest passes from under center. The Oregon quarterback threw just 3 passes in 43 games at Oregon when he took the snap from under center. And I want to bring Todd McShay into the conversation there. He's live in Indy. Good morning, McShay. How concerned should anybody be about the fact that he took so few snaps from under center?
First of all, I'm impressed with all the research that you did. I'm sure you grinded overnight going through all that tape to study how many times he was under center. Personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks come from college schemes where they're in shotgun 95 to close to 100% of the time, and then they transition to the NFL. And at this point, a lot of offenses in the NFL are 65, 70% shotgun anyway. So there is a timing aspect. It's not about getting the snap under center. It's about the timing of the 3, 5, 7-step drops and timing that out with the routes that you're going through and the progression reads that you're doing. So there is a timing aspect. There's no question about it. It takes some guys a little bit of time, but I've never seen a quarterback fail in the NFL because he didn't take a lot of snaps under center at the college level.
Okay, so with that sort of as our given, I feel like in the build-up to this thing, we have so far been talking about this draft as though there were really 3 quarterbacks that we expect to go early: Burrow and Tua and Herbert. Is that accurate, or is there a 4th name that people should be paying close attention to?
I think there's a 4th, and I think we need to start to frame it differently than what the narrative has been. I think it's Tua and Burrow is the top tier, and then there's a 2nd tier, and that tier includes Justin Herbert and Jordan Love from Utah State, and no one's talking about Jordan Love, and I get it. You watch the LSU game. It was probably the only national game that people watched across the country, and NFL teams studied early on in the process, and he got blown out. He played poorly. He had too many turnovers this past year, but if you go back and you study his tape and you really evaluate him as a player, go study 2018 and see what he was when he had the head coach that he was used to, the offensive coordinator that he was used to, and he had the 9 starters that departed after that season. This past year, he had nothing around him that he was comfortable with. The offensive system didn't work. If you watch him at the Senior Bowl, this guy is just as good as Justin Herbert, and I'm telling you right now, there are NFL teams that evaluators are saying to their general managers, hey, Jordan Love is better than Justin Herbert. I want Love over Herbert. So it's a discussion and it's a debate within organizations. And I think we need to start talking about Jordan Love the same way that we're talking about Justin Herbert.
Okay, really good there. And so that's the 2nd tier. Let's go back to the 1st with Burrow and Tua. If you were fully comfortable with the medicals, and that's obviously a huge if on Tagovailoa, right, would you give serious consideration to taking him #1 overall ahead of Burrow?
If you promised me 10 years of health for both quarterbacks, I would take Tua Tagovailoa over Joe Burrow. And it would be a brutal decision. And I love everything that I saw from Joe Burrow this past year. But I think Tua has a chance to be absolutely special if he can stay healthy. He is what the NFL is looking for today. A playmaker, a difference maker, a player who can extend plays, someone who has the quick twitch like Drew Brees and can go through progressions from the left side to the right side or the right side to the left side as quickly as any college quarterback that I've ever evaluated. And he does it like this. And the ability to, once he sees it, his eyes and his feet are tied together and they're married like very few quarterbacks. I see Aaron Rodgers, I see Drew Brees, that kind of decisiveness and ability to pull the trigger once he makes the decision. That's why I think he's going to be special if he can stay healthy, but it's such a huge if right now, Greeny.
Yeah, to me, that's the most interesting storyline of the entire draft as we sit here about 2 months away. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.